Now, is he Scottish or Irish? We get this straight first, right? He's what? Scottish, right, that's what, just checking.
Jock
Let's
McDonald.
welcome the stage, come on, give me a round of applause. Come on, Jock McDonald, come on, up this stage. In your own song. How are you, mate? All right?
Yeah, thank you. Very nice. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Famous Johnny.
You've done that one. How are you feeling anyway? How are you enjoying this? First time at Rebellion, isn't it?
First time.
Yeah, but you've heard of the festival before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like playing earlier? Because usually we do these interviews before someone plays to big up the concert, the performance, but you played earlier about 4 o'clock. Who was there? It was good, wasn't it?
Yes.
The problem is, Johnny, my ear, we just come with the stranglers and the buzzcocks from Belgium. My ears have gone, I can't hear.
You can't hear me?
I can hear, but when you're on the stage, it's incredibly difficult to just want to clear the bloody ears.
Well, you got tonight, sort of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was alright today. I mean, it didn't affect the performance at all, did it? Did it? No! No, brilliant, brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you.
What was it like when you first walked out onto the opera stage? You know, you see that massive sort of old building with all the history and all that.
I was thinking of Mike and Bernie Winters and Schnorbits. I wanted to Schnorbits was still up the fucking balcony. Yeah, it was brilliant.
We found Spit the dog the other week. Yeah, he was up there. Yeah, his latest arrest. So you played Blackpool before. I mean, you played an awful lot in the old days.
I'll tell you what, Johnny, you have to come here to really experience walking into this hall and even see these beautiful people sitting here in front of you. There's so many that I know and so many fantastic. There is nothing like it anywhere in the world.
It's true, it's true.
There's nothing.
You do have a very loyal following, that you and the band have a very loyal following, don't they?
Yeah, well, you see, we go back to the old days in Leeds where we played with Joy Division, and as I was telling the crowd, they told me that Ian Curtis and them would not remain after the performance. I saw them on the side of the stage and I said to them, why did you remain? And they said, because we like your girl singers, which Bananarama.
That's it. Was that before Bananarama was sort of Bananarama?
Yeah.
So you got them on the road to sort of got addicted to sort of being on stage and make their own.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
And anything else you could let us know about Bananarama? Any sordid details, or is it too early for that?
No. They were really dedicated to what they wanted to do. Really dedicated, Johnny.
Yeah.
It was like our old bass player when we were the 42s, Youth, who's now with Kill and Choke. I never imagined that Youth would go on to produce Paul McCartney in the Verve. And I didn't think Youth would be now the world's most... In fact, Johnny, to be honest, Sean, in Dublin, Bono thought that Youth was Sid Vicious.
Really?
Yeah, because they were the same height, wore the same clothes, same London boys. Bono thought he was Sid, and then when Youth went to Dublin to produce U2, Bono said to him, have we met before? So there you go.
So when you got the 42s together, like, yeah? I mean, what was the main reason you... Because did you own the club? Did you own the club before you got the band going?
Studio 21.
Yeah, and that was...
Ladies and gentlemen, from all the way in Raleigh, this is original Depeche Mode.
Oh.
John here, the DJ.
There you go.
From the very early days. With David and the boys. Yazoo. And kick her back, eh, John?
And your club was the Roxy band?
No, Studio 21, wasn't it, John?
It was.
Studio 21.
You mentioned something about the Roxy Club on stage, didn't you?
Roxy was in the early days, Johnny, when I was the second generation of taking it over after Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew was the governor.
Yeah.
but we didn't have the power which they had.
Right.
We were more second generation, just cousin riots.
Yeah. Did you put bands on the club, or was it more of the music?
Iggy and the Stooges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right down.
Yeah. Iggy came down and
What was
played.
he like?
Do you remember a band called The Outsiders?
Yeah.
What did they? The Sound. The Sound. They were famous over here. Adrian, yeah? Got Iggy out of the pub and he came up and played with them.
Yeah. What was he like? What was he like to meet? Did you meet him?
Never got a chance to really speak to him, Johnny, no. But good going.
So it's more the new wave sort of start.
Yeah.
The new wave would come in when you were sort of getting involved in the club. And that was before the band. It was before you got actually a band going yourself.
Correct.
Yeah. So what made you go from that to just saying, right, I'm going to get on stage and do this, and get something together?
Rod Stewart. Big Rod Stewart.
You know him, then?
No, this. I don't know.
Your hair stuff, your hair, have you modelled your hair on?
Yeah, only when you don't wash it. Lydon was a genius in the studio, Johnny. You got to get back. When I first met Johnny, he was living in Gunter Grove in Fulham.
Yeah.
And you remember the story I told you about public image in the beginning of it all? And Bob Dylan coming to the door to take John to the network. I don't know how.
John was famous for sitting indoors and saying to everyone who was in the house, don't open the door to anyone. Don't open the door to anyone. Yeah?
Sean, are you here? Come here for 1 minute. Come here. No, come here for 1 minute. Just so as I can get the audience to know something that ended my friendship with Lydon. I want them to know the truth. Can you come up? This is unrehearsed, ladies and gentlemen, so...
Really?
He don't know what he's going to say. Sean, can you tell them what happened in Dublin with the Mad Joy?
This is a story about how your friendship ended with John Lydon, is this right? Oh, I don't know this one.
I think you should tell the story, Luke.
No, Sean, go on. What happened in Dublin with it? Right, get 3 months of the Mad Joy.
I can't remember the story, so this is really embarrassing for me, it really is. So.
Alright, so that girl, that lovely lady sitting there should say something. What's her name? Whoa, she's turned away. What's her name? Ladies and gentlemen, what happened? We were in Dublin to do a show.
What year is this? What year is this?
Yesterday. And Rotten get into a fight with the Dublin police, which resulted in him getting 3 months in Mountjoy prison. And our friendship ended because I got the blame. Yeah, it was nothing to do with me. I was in the toilet making love to a girl. I'm sorry, girls, don't want to be sexist. But I was nothing to do with me.
You still harbour that grudge to this day, then?
Yeah.
Yeah? Have you ever tried to make contact with him since?
No.
Were you still friends with Jimmy, his brother, at this point? And after that?
Yeah, correct, John. Yeah. C'est la vie. Is that like Lawrence? John Fatman. How are you, kid? Will you come up and say hello, please? Please. Ladies and gentlemen, original Depeche Mode.
True, I was Jock's DJ and I was Depeche Mode's DJ back in the day. I used to run a club in Raleigh called Props, which was the best punk indie club in the country, really, next to Studio 21. So I haven't seen Jock since, actually, I'll tell you the last time I saw you. It was at the Marquee 1984 was the last time we met. My ex-wife was pregnant. Remember that? That's right. So, yeah.
And this is the first time, this is literally this weekend.
First time I've seen Jock. You get married, you have kids, you go away, and you don't get a chance to see people. We've been in touch.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've seen each other since 84 at Marquee.
Rebellion Reunited?
Absolutely.
.com?
Yeah, old bastards reunited, all right.
A lot of relationships are formed here, reunited.
One thing I would like to say, which I know I'm glad Jock won't mind, but he had Studio 21 up in London. It was a brilliant club, and of course there was Baby the Bouncer, the man mountain that could run faster than Usain Bolt. You want to see the guy, 25 stone, 26 stone. If he ran after someone, he caught it, didn't matter who it was.
Yeah.
But the most important person that was there was someone that we all missed, which was Dave Archer. And sweet Dave Archer, you know. Jock and Dave were like brothers in arms. And they were left and right next to each other. So I'd like to remember Dave because he was also a great vocalist for Red Lipstick as well. Fantastic vocalist. So yeah, it's good to see you, Jock.
It's nice.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's talk about the Bollock Brothers then. So when did the Bollock Brothers, when was their conception?
it began in Island Studios in Notting Hill Gate when we began we shared a studio with Roxy Music, and they were upstairs, we were downstairs, and it was meant to be John doing the vocals, not me, but John didn't turn up, so I did it, and the song was called The Bunker.
Right. Oh right, so the band got together, and you got the band together, or was the band together and you were just like in there, or what? Because I think a lot of people presume it's your baby and you got it all together, everything organised, everything.
It was a spin-off of the 4 Beatles, Johnny.
Right.
And then that's how it all came about.
Yeah. And what made you go in the direction you did musically? Because you did introduce synthesizers quite early, you know, into the sort of alternative sort of era, you know what I mean?
We did indeed. This influence came from in the club, the beginning of Culture Club. Boy George was my DJ, and I had Ralph Hutter from Kraftwerk as a DJ, and watching John and bands like Tears for Fears and Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
This was the influence then, along with the punk.
Yeah.
I never wanted to lose Sid Vicious. Never wanted to ever lose him. To me, he was one of the greatest. Sydney, John Simon Ritchie, the ultimate Sid.
He was the punk icon.
Yeah. Sid was, yeah.
Yeah. To people, to a lot of people, he's like a flagship, and you see the archetype of punk rocker. And you did you know him quite well, or not?
No comment.
Oh right.
No comment on Sydney. No. Can't say nothing there. It's too painful to talk about that.
Yeah. And so Nancy, you knew her as well.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, ladies and gentlemen? Are you ready for this? What no one knew when Nancy was being kicked around in London and pushed around, and saying another silly girl from the USA. What was bizarre was that Nancy's family were with Paul McCartney's wife who died, Linda Eastman. Nancy's family were one of the richest Jewish families in New York, where the Eastmans were their lawyers. And Nancy was over trying to get away from the money bit, trying to change her life from all that. And read my book.
Yeah.
Read my book.
Yeah, so, the press gave her a hard time, as you were saying.
Yes.
She's been demonised over the years, yeah?
Who?
She's been demonised over the years, Nancy.
Yes, totally. Linda Eastman and Nancy had something in common. Bizarre but true.
Yeah.
Totally bizarre but true.
Right. So
both bass players, McCartney and Sid.
That's interesting. Yeah. So when the Bollock Brothers started off and that, and you were seeing that crossover, you probably didn't know what it was being called at the time. It was going to be called the New Romance, wasn't it? And then the New Romantics were coming in, as it was coined in the press and that sort of stuff. Were you playing with the Bollock Brothers in their early gigs? Were you playing with punk bands?
No, we were called Red Lipstick, right, John?
Right.
We couldn't get any gigs under the name Bollock Brothers, Johnny.
Right.
So we were called Red Lipstick.
Yeah.
And we had a track called Frankie Goes to Libya. No, we supported them.
Yeah.
Frankie goes to Libya. Frankie goes to Hollywood.
Yeah.
They gave us the gig, so we were not as Red Lipstick, remember? That was interesting, eh? Dave Archer again. Yeah. So it's look at this set. It's Richard Collins here. Look, ladies and gentlemen, the only bass player who's ever played with The Cure. When Simon Gallup was sick, they took Richard, and when he got the money at the end of the tour, Robert said to him, "Richard, you enjoyed playing with The Cure?" And he went, "No, you're shit, I prefer the Stranglers."
That was the end of his gig with him, was it?
Mr. Collins.
So how come you went back to being called the Bollock Brothers then?
Johnny, if I can be modest in front of your audience here, at the moment, we're pulling in more people in Europe than name bands from the UK.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
If I can be modest, that's why my ears have gone.
Yeah.
It's gone incredibly well, thank God. And long may it continue, right, Sean? Joe Dolan.
What was the idea? What was the idea about doing your version of Never Mind the Bollocks? Then? What was the idea behind that?
I wanted to recreate I wanted to like a huge Pistols band, Johnny, and I wanted to see what it would sound like with a little bit of keyboards.
Yeah.
But you see, Johnny, we used one thing that was completely different. Was the Sex Pistols, Sean, done God Save the Queen outside Buckingham Palace. We did it inside, when we got Michael Fagan, who slept with the Queen in her bed, to sing God Save the Queen with us.
Yeah, 'cause it was actually on the album, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But did you get any reaction from any of the Sex Pistols to what they thought of the album?
Yeah, they loved the royalties. They did, especially Steve Jones. That's why he's fat. And they're playing here tomorrow.
Oh, the professionals?
Yeah.
They are, but Steve's not with them, it's just Paul Cook.
There's no Steve Jones.
Yeah. It doesn't like flying back to the UK.
There's no Jones here. Shit. The last thing to tell you was, done the impossible, ladies and gentlemen. Christmas Day, the lineup for London's homeless was Billy Idol on vocals, Youth from the Killing Joke on bass, and Steve Jones and Paul Cook at the Studio 21. We were the support band, the Bollock Brothers, and they would not put it in the NME, they would not put it in it because they said the gig didn't happen, eh, Monkey? Will you come up, Monkey? Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone hates Arsenal, then if you hate the Arsenal, you've got here now.
I thought there was a few Millwall boys in your band. Is that right?
Yeah,
oh, there it is.
This is the Arsenal.
You were singing on stage there, weren't you?
I was, yeah. It was a cameo. It was I was good, wasn't I?
Pretty good.
I was alright, wasn't I? Yeah. He was supposed to come up and all, but he bottled it. I've got to give it yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of his favourite bands, Ian, Jerry and the Blockheads. Anyone like that?
Yeah.
What a waste. Crack on.
How did you meet Jock then? Tell us how you met Jock.
I met Jock at a football match initially.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, back in the day.
Which one?
It was Arsenal versus somebody else. I don't know, I'd only go and watch Arsenal, I don't care who we played. Yeah, it was, this was the 4v2 days over at Highbury, and it just ended up just going mad, didn't it? Going travelling all around the country, causing grief everywhere we went, chaos. It was great fun. It was brilliant. And we ain't stopped, have we? That was about 1979, 78, 79, and we're still doing it now. And long may we continue. Hey?
Mr. Monkey.
It's alright, I'm off now.
So where were you living in this? Were you living in like Finsbury Park area at this time or not?
Who, me? No, Peckham,
Yeah.
South London.
Were you hanging around all the North London lot?
You know what's weird about that, Johnny? The street where I lived, on the next bloody street, no one can explain why, is the street where one of my heroes was found dead, Bon Scott from AC/DC, in a car. No one knows why Bon Scott was in that bloody car. In Peckham. Weird.
He went back with someone. I heard he went back with someone to the house, and the guy wouldn't let him in the house and said you're too drunk.
Is that what happened?
You're too drunk, sleep it off in the car.
Shh.
Yeah, which is horrible because it's.
I never knew that, Johnny.
Well, it's something I've heard. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you do, like.
And Barnett lives in the next street.
Right.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Well, you're still here. That's a good thing, isn't it?
Thank you. Yeah, thank God.
Because you do like a drink every now and then.
No.
Not every now and then, just every then.
No.
Okay. So what's your let's talk about your Irish heritage, because obviously you're a big Celtic fan and you're big in Ireland as well, aren't you, as well?
My dad is Scottish from Glasgow. He was in the Seaforth Highlanders. Spent 5 years in a camp in Poland. Freed by the Russian army. And Mum is from Donegal in Ireland. And Sean knows I would get fucking lynched for wearing a Dublin shirt. But it was given to me by a well-known man, right, Sean? So that's why I wore it.
Who was that then?
Christy Dignam from Aslan. Very famous in Ireland, right, Sean?
So you're a big Celtic fan as well, aren't you?
Yes.
And have you ever written a song for Celtic?
We did. Called Why Would Rangers Sound Catholic? Remember that one? Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about your songwriting. You do write all the lyrics for the Bollock Brothers, yes?
Yeah, of belief in God, Johnny.
Yeah, and your songs, they always sort of cover I can't think of the word, but you know, you think about Jack the Ripper, yeah, the Four Horsemen, you know, horror movies. You know, it's like a theme sometimes around the songs, you know what I mean? Yeah, is that a conscious decision, or you just find it exciting singing about stuff like that?
Like to mix the Old Testament, New Testament with horror movies, Johnny, and punk rock.
Right.
Just have a bit of fun.
And give some people something to think about.
Not trying to get anyone to believe in anything particular, but me personally, I believe in God.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be here now.
You think he's smiling on you, yeah?
I'm hoping so, because I have personal problems within my life which I wouldn't like to speak about now, but some private friends know my situation.
Well, to have faith is a good thing, a wonderful thing, you know what I mean? And whether you believe in God or not doesn't really matter, but faith is good, and if you believe in God, that's a great thing.
Thank you, Jenny.
And
Thank you.
There's no preconceptions here about anyone, you know what I mean?
No.
Which is great. I think in Great Star Stage and stuff. But tell us about the song. You know, you explained about the song you wrote. You know, the Harley Davidson sort of bitch, like.
Oh la la.
And it's not technically a cover. It's a cover, isn't it? But technically it's a cover. But
No, Johnny, it's not a cover. No. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if any of you have been to the south of France, but if you go down there without any money with Rick, can you imagine being thrown out of a hotel at 4 o'clock in the morning and it's raining? And can you imagine that your destiny is about to change? When you don't speak French, when the guy the French threw me into told me to fuck off. So I said to him, hey, why don't you fuck off? And he said, where are you from? We're in London. And the same French security who threw you out of the hotel are now holding the door open for you. This is incredible. You've got to witness this. And then you go in and you have I had a pastis. The man was Serge Gainsbourg.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of your audience know how big of a star this guy was in France. Hey Malcolm, do anybody speak French?
Maybe.
Anyone speak Netherlands? Oh, Herman Brood. Herman Brood in the Wild Romance, eh? This is another. Yeah, Herman Brood. Where are you from in Holland? Huh? Where the carnival is. Oh, fantastic carnival. So, Gainsborough changed their lives, Johnny. Harley David went to #1, joined #1 with Depeche Mode in the USA. K-Rock.
That's an epiphany call.
Yeah. Malcolm, Maastricht, Belgium.
So he's still writing songs now. He's still writing new songs for the band?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've written a new song. Why has Johnny's beers not come up to the stage?
I'm in danger of sobering up.
Dominic, where's our beers? Has to bleed.
All right, I'll grab a few in a bit. So, hang on, what's the last question now? On new songs, yeah. So we've got to talk about the book, right? We've got to talk about the book because it's probably one of the guys. A lot of people are waiting to read his book. I know, yeah. And some of the stories you must. Talk stories on the road. Talking about, I've heard a few yours about blanking hotel rooms and then moving on and that sort of stuff. Will everything be? Is it all water all book? Everything coming out of it?
I read Keith Richards' book, inspired me. The Small Faces, this one, and it's all coming out soon, Johnny. But what I'm trying to do is get it correct, get it accurate. I like the way Keith Richards slagged off Mick Jagger and said Mick was a wanker and all that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's what I'm trying to do.
Be totally honest.
Do you know that, Johnny? They had an artist called Herman Brood. From Holland in the Wild Romance. Did you know about him, Johnny? No?
I didn't, I'm afraid.
He was the one who jumped off the Hilton Hotel.
Oh, right. Go on.
Yeah. A brilliant artist. We played the last 2 weeks before he died in Germany with him in Coesfeld. And an old Jewish families club. We played there with him. With Herman Brood. Hey Malcolm, Herman Brood. Malcolm, come here. Come here. Please. Malcolm, I hope you don't mind if he uses his own language in Belgium. Malcolm, just a little bit in your own language about Herman Brood. Ask to believe for me.
Why does it have to be in my own language?
Because, okay. But a little bit, just a little.
You can all Google him. But it's not pronounced brood, it's pronounced brood.
Okay.
Yeah, well, get it correct. Accurate, as he said. Anyway, he wasn't really part of the punk scene, he was more of a traditional rocker who embraced some of the punk ideas. And his most famous stunt was a fake marriage to Nina Hagen.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's about it, I think. Although he did commit suicide, which was of course quite tragic, but he was suffering from a long time depression and it was bound to end that way.
Okay.
Anything else?
So you're influenced.
Well, now we've had the Belgians. Can the Dutch come up on stage? Netherlands, especially as England is playing you tonight in the women's football.
Oh, good point, yeah.
And I hope England beat you. Oh, look at the Dutch. Has to believe.
The Orange Army.
Yeah. England's Herman Brood has to believe.
Herman Brood, ja, klopt. Wat zou ik over zeggen? Hij spreekt Duits.
Ja?
Hij was de grootste rocker van Nederland, zou ik wel zeggen. En, veel te veel drugs gebruikt. En helemaal opgevinden. Dat is van de hele dus gewoon. That's it.
Thank you. Very good, thank you.
Does any of the ladies in the audience hope England beat Holland tonight? Oh, they don't care. Where's the England fans? Where's the ladies who hope England beat Holland?
There's a few oi bands downstairs, they're probably singing along with them. So you're influenced by art. Is art an influence to you as well? Yeah, sort of creativity. Is art and the painted art, is it an influence to your creativity? Yeah. So it's great to be doing that up here. Which bit of all the punk art have you been around there? Look?
Brilliant. Apart from Lawrence being here. he ruins the decoration.
Anyway, John, we've got to round things up. So when is the book coming out? When can we expect the book? Because all we want to see it, don't we? Read it.
When Monkey gives me the money.
That's good. That could be fucking a long time, yeah. When any new stuff coming out from the Bollock Brothers?
We're actually recording at the moment.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
They come out this year, will it be? Or not?
After my holidays in Donegal, right, Sean? I will do it then.
And you got some tours lined up, some gigs this year?
Oh God, too many to be to
Over in Europe? Or over in Europe or the UK?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
We're in London with the London SS.
Okay.
Anchor, isn't it, Monkey? The Hope and Anchor. That's the next gig. Bollock Brothers, London SS at the Hope and Anchor. September, the what? September the 5th. 9th. Yeah.
We can all look it up on the website and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, well, it's good to see you so active. There's things coming on, and I just want to read the book, mate. Will you get a signed copy to me when it comes out?
Thank you very much, Johnny. I really appreciated the setting. Really, Monkey, can you believe this? Can you believe this?
It's great, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And now you've fulfilled a life ambition to appear on the same stage as Bernie Clifton.
Oh, and
was it Bernie? Yeah.
Bernie Winters.
Oh, Bernie Winters, sorry.
And Schnorbits.
There you go. All right, well, let's round it up there. Come on, let's give a round of applause for Jock McDonald. It'd be brilliant, mate. You'd be hanging around having a beer with us for a while, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, mate. All right. Merci, Johnny.
The video will be online soon, so we'll after a bit of editing.
Look at those trousers. No, yours. Well done.